Alika's house for dinner. They had worked all morning for this, and they had prepared many, many different kinds of dishes. And she said that this was the first time she had ever had Americans in her home.
It was kind of fun because here we were just doing something really trivial and that didn't really matter. And we're the two countries that are supposed to be most feared of each other and things. And that was pretty fun. So we were able to really get to know each other. It sounds strange because Russia's supposed to be classless, but I'd say that they were probably a little more upper class. These kids were members of the young communists and probably had a little more money.
Your mother's a teacher of English.
English?
What's your name? My father's teacher of English. In our school, it was being thank you.
It was so neat going to the ballet school. They let us come in and join the class. And I've been wanting to dance, and I've been wanting to dance. It was hard. She was a good teacher. She was correcting on things that I consider are objectively the right things to correct about. I liked the way she ran the class because she corrected you, but she didn't yell and snap and get mad at people. Oh, the Opera House building that we went to see the Humpback Tours was so amazing. I mean, I just couldn't wait to see the ballet because I had the book of the Humpback Tours at home, and it was always my favorite, and the story was almost exactly like the book.
At the Pioneer Palaces, there was painting and violins, and they had all sorts of instruments and wonderful choruses, and they focused on those arts. That was the specialty of the Pioneer Palace. It may have been set up for us that they were trying to show us that. But if it was, then maybe they have a right to. Maybe they should show us that that's better. I know that they did focus on the arts. If a kid was found to be good at painting or good at dancing, they were brought into that and would practice for it all their lives. The pioneers, first of all, it was the second step on your way to becoming a communist. I think that's a very important fact that wasn't stressed to us.
It was really neat to be able to say something in a different language. I mean, because we usually think in English, but when you have to think in English and then kind of convert it over, and then you realize that this is somebody else's language and they think in this language, it was really fun to use it.
Как много? Я хочу это. Пожалуйста. Это 1 рубль 8.
Все. I kind of felt like, hey, I can speak a little bit of Russian. It made me feel important, and they actually understood it. That was special to me.
Спасибо. Пожалуйста.
Может, еще там покрасивее выйти?
kids that we met were very involved in their school, in what their country was doing, knew a lot more about politics than most of the kids do here. They followed what the economy did, what their country did, and it was a very large difference.
You see, we all have moments of joy and sorrow. We can be happy and we can be nasty. We can be nice and capricious. You see, we're the same children as you are, and we want to live the life of happiness under a clear sky.
Pack up your troubles in your old skin bag and smile, smile, smile.
Once upon a time, on the Great Plains of Kansas, a little girl named Dorothy lived with her Aunt Em.
Внучка, внучка, да бабка, бабка, да дедка, дедка, за репку. Тянут, подтянут, вытянула репку.
Maybe we lived in the dreams. Maybe we were only children. Now I'm grown and a few years have gone. I still don't know what went wrong. My love for you will never get from true. Somehow I feel that I'm lost a friend. Can I accept it? Maybe I can't. Go on without reason, like a wind.
When we were on our way to our home visit, we walked into the courtyard, and it was really gray and dismal. But we'd been told not to get our spirits up, but then we walked into this apartment, and it was gorgeous. The two cities of Moscow and Odessa are quite different in many ways. And these are Ukrainian people, and they have different ideas and different customs. And there's almost like a rivalry between the two.
There is a lot of vegetables, and all the sides, we mothers, we can do so many kinds of dishes out of them, delicious, precious ones. And you come to a Moscow flat, and they have a cucumber, and nothing more.
I want chips.
They don't know what to do with it. It's rather strange. They don't understand the beauty of cooking. I'm not very fond of cooking myself because I'm busy. But sometimes there are moments when it's a pleasure to make something tasty for the guests, for the son, for the husband.
I think maybe that the communication with our groups, with the groups of American children and Soviet children, is very awful to the cause of peace.
I tell you the story, I will tell you the story, and the moral of the story was you can't very well be a king of beasts if there aren't any. And if the earth will be without the people, not any the country which will exist. It can't be the king of the earth because there will be no people in earth.
With World War III,
Will be there.
like in your story, you cannot be the king of anything if there is not anything to be the king of.
I know that between our countries, between our governments is something. But
wrong.
between people, I not feel, and my friends who didn't never seen the Americans don't feel anywhere to the peoples, even the people of the America.
When I go back to the United States, I know that I'm going to have a totally different outlook on nuclear war because I'm going to think, great, okay, not only are we going to get blown up, but Oksana and Marguerite and everybody, you're all going to get blown up too. And I mean, it's weird because I'd never known anybody that was halfway across the world before. And now every time that I think about nuclear war and the Soviets being blown up too, I'm going to think about you.